The best part of being a pro sharpener is playing with all the knives. Check these out. Dude, I've been trying to get this screw off for 30 minutes. Anybody have an idea? I even told my client if he can get the screw out, he can send it back. I'll sharpen it for free.
What are you even trying to do? Learn from my mistakes. Don't ever disassemble and out the front. You don't even really need to sharpen inside the handle. Just sharpen everything outside.
I get it, guys, but it's an aesthetic and a brand thing. I gotta get this right.
Someone must have put red Loctite on that. It shouldn't be that difficult to remove that screw. Wait a minute, you might not even need to remove that screw based off that model.
Really? I've seen that video. Let me watch it back. Gosh, I hope. Dude, no way. You're a friggin' legend. I got the knife apart. That's why I love the Sharpener's Discord. I have a problem, I jump on there, and then get real-time feedback from professional sharpeners. I got some different ideas on there, but eventually someone who thought a little different, saw something no one else saw, spoke up, and boom, we got the solution. And I didn't have to drill a screw out that didn't require being drilled in the first place. Thank goodness. Well, time to examine this blade a little closer. I know one thing's for sure. I'm gonna be able to take the new bevel all the way down to the plunge line and do this up the way I'd want it done. All right, let's grind. I just ran into a problem. As I'm grinding, I was using Sharpie to kind of track my progress, and I just was never apexing. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I take pause and I look, my knife jig, and I should have thought about this earlier, but I didn't. I was distracted by too many other things. Shape of this blade, when you do a dagger, you can lose your purchase. And what was happening is I was still attached to the knife blade securely, but it was slipping from the initial spot away. So essentially I started at a roughly 23-degree angle, 22 I think it was. And next thing you know, I'm sharpening down at 19 degrees. And I noticed too, when I looked at my work, it looked like I had a micro bevel. So you could see my initial grind, and then boom, I got this step, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I realized, oh my goodness, I'm losing purchase over time. Solution: let's just clamp. This is a pretty thin knife jig. Let's clamp on the center. That'll solve everything. We won't slip. Well, this particular blade on this side, the spine is raised, but on this side, it's debossed. It's got a carve. It's carved out. So you can't do that because it won't sit. It won't stay centered. So I have a workaround for this. I'm gonna tape it up and I'm gonna show you how to solve this. But yeah, in order to make this thing look nice, we can't do 22 degrees anymore because we've gone past that point. We're gonna have to step down to 19. All right, shout out to Knife Grinders Australia. Their videos is where I learned this. I don't think he particularly terraced the tape like I have. I use contrasting colors of tape to illustrate exactly what I mean by terrace. Another important thing to take note, you need the same amount of strips on the backside because remember, our goal is for this blade to be centered in the knife jig. All right, I applied some white dots right on the edge of the clamp. And if this doesn't work, we're freehanding on a belt. Well, this knife's being a real challenge. I've upgraded to yoga mat. It just kept slipping no matter what. The tape doesn't have strong enough adhesive. So game plan, I've done a couple passes with the yoga mat. It's holding. We're gonna do one pass each side and we're gonna go hit the knife jig length projector in between each 2 passes to make sure we're not slipping. Now, some of you are thinking, you've got a belt grinder right there. And I agree. I've got a belt grinder right here. But these customers are like you, they're viewers. They watch me grind on my Tormic, and that's what they want for their everyday carry. They want that laser straight bevel. And there's just no discussion. I mean, the bevels look better on these than it does on that. So I'm going to do everything in my possibility to provide what he wants. But at the end of the day, if I can't do it, I can't do it. And we'll jump over there if we have to. Okay, yeah, it's moving like a tint every time I come back here. But as long as it's squared up, I just adjust it back and keep doing this. This knife has been a real challenge. So we've got an apex all around, we're good. But 2 things, the point did not come out as pointy as I want, and the spines on each side did not align. So here I am on the TS Prof. I've been able to get a grip, luckily. I don't know how secure it is, but it seems to be holding pretty decent. I found the edge angle, and I'm just slowly moving the uneven side of the spine to correct so they're both down the center. luckily, it appears that all I need to do is work this one side. So I've already done a bit of grinding here. Now I'm just going through the final steps and trading off higher grit stones for each pass we're honing. I don't have a lot of experience with this machine. This is my final step. And we're gonna pray for a point. And symmetry. One of the challenges here with these fixed sharpening systems is you're gonna get a different edge angle here versus here. Now I'm trying to correct for the tip, so I've measured from roughly here, this point, to the tip. That's kind of where I'm focusing, but I do need to blend the two just for aesthetic purposes. There we go. That angle shows the difference. So I've done things a little bit out of sequence here. I had a pretty nasty burr on it, so I jumped over on the leather Tormek wheel and did some honing by hand, stropping by hand. That's why this is a bit more polished looking. I just did a little bit, but after the fact, I noticed the asymmetry, so I knew I had to come back over here. But let's take a look and see if we're symmetrical now. All right, we are inside. I am finished grinding, honing, stropping. Little bit challenging just with this little piece, only no handle. Game plan, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back together. Then we're gonna go to the Kangaroo strop for the final step. But first, this thing's dirty. Rubbing alcohol here. And go ahead and clean and oil. I'm already in over my head having this thing open, so I am not taking the spring mechanism apart. We're gonna leave that part be. Might notice I've got my finger wrapped up. Man, I made a really dumb decision to reach for a phone that was over here while the KS Prof was right here and went bam. So the point of this blade is sharp. I get woozy under those situations. Luckily my wife doesn't, so she helped get me all cleaned up, and she thinks I need a couple stitches. I've been in this situation plenty of times. Just gonna keep an eye on it, keep it clean. So we just don't got time for the walk-in clinic. There we go, that's feeling real good now. And then let's go ahead and drop a little oil in this groove here. Okay, I think that's it right there. Gonna run through, get them all set. And then we're going to start tightening in this pattern. Get that one tight. Come down here to the opposing side. Tight. 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 And we know this one's tight. Nothing. Oh yeah, that feels pretty pure. Get some of that oil off from earlier. Oh yeah, feels much more, how do I put it, mechanical. All right, time to hit this with the kangaroo tail. Yeah, I have to do this left-handed. That's new to me. Oh yeah. If you want to see high-res close-ups of this in my work, stick around a couple more seconds at the end of the video. I'll have those up for you, and a really cool cut test. Show you how sharp this thing really is. TS Prof, I owe you guys a huge thank you. I now have a go-to machine for the double-edged dagger blade. The real MVP of this project, though, that's the Sharpener's Discord, without a doubt. I got stuck. I jumped on the Discord, explained my situation, and in real time, I'm getting feedback from real sharpeners who have dealt with situations like this, and boom, I get a solution. Without you guys, I would have drilled out a screw. Who knows how long it would have taken to do it well, that I didn't even need to take out in the first place. So Sharpener's Discord, thank you. And hey, join the Sharpener's Discord if you haven't. I'll have a link in the pinned comments below. All right, check out these this cut test in photos. Make a wish.